Why is Steam open? Can't ask Steam to be open.
Steam does like to be open.
Yeah, loves it every time. Loves
Absolutely
it.
loves
As soon as you open your computer, it's like Steam.
Oh yeah, I'm here as well.
Spotify, Steam.
I don't have Spotify, so that doesn't happen. For me, it's Steam and GOG, Good Old Games.
Oh yeah, same here. Every time.
At the moment, it's just like Good Old Games is like, hey dude, I tried to update, but it didn't work. Would you like to manually update again? I was like, no, just stay there.
Yeah.
Just stay there.
Just do what I need you to do. Print driver. Don't have a printer. So why is that open?
If it's any consolation, you're not stuttering, you're not frozen, your webcam and microphone is all working, so it's all good.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Fantastic. At least that then. So, have you both gone XO at your pre-releases and dominated your pre-releases?
No, I went to OX, actually.
Good.
OX.
Good. I didn't see you posting about it though, so you should post about it. Make people feel better.
Yeah.
Because
the thing is, I don't want to post about it because I played Azalea. I don't want to make other Azalea players feel even worse than they already feel.
Oh, please just let us know.
I played as
I went 0-3, but I got a bye at the second round, so I technically was 1-3, but I didn't win any game.
Win's a win, mate. Win's a win. Don't matter how you get it. Win's a win. Whether it's DQ, whether it's bye, does not matter. A win is a win.
W is W, mate.
I've gone 3-0 at Armours before and only played like 2 games, so I'm 3-0. I don't give a shit
exactly,
what
yeah.
says. No, ours was really weird. 50% was 6 of us. 3 people played as Arachne. So I was like, well, I'm not playing as Arachne then. Just play as Uzuri instead.
We had so many Arachne players, so many Uzuri. No, 1 Uzuri player, 3 Azalea players, 3 Riptide players, 1 Katsu player, 1 Benji player, and the Katsu player was the winner because well, judges are still fucking bonkers.
Yeah. Did he have any proper Katsu bits in his pool as well then? He must have done, surely. They must have done.
Well, more or less, not too much. But Kodachis are just too good.
You see, I should have played as Ninja, because my actual biggest pool, biggest normal pool that wasn't hybrid was Ninja by a long shot. Okay. But there was too many reds in there to play as Benji. Way too many reds to play as Benji.
Yeah,
and I didn't have... Yeah, and I didn't have any of the combo lines. And I only got one of the... that one that replaces names.
Be like water.
Be like water, that's the one.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got one of them. I was like, well, this is completely frigging useless. But even then, my assassin pool was the smallest pool. But after I put all the hybrid cards into it, it was the biggest pool.
Yeah.
So I just went with assassin. And then everyone was playing as Arachne, so I swapped.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
This Burden of the Past in foil. That's like the best pull I got. I didn't even get a call for legendary, so why even go there?
Why even go? Yeah. Why even go if you can't pull a legendary and sell it for like 3 times the price because it hasn't even been released yet?
Martin pulled a cold foil and a legendary in his 6 packs.
Wow.
Nice.
Lucky son. I got Amnesia.
That's it. Yeah. Brilliant.
Sweet. I need 3 of those in foil because I actually want to try it out in Bravo.
Yeah.
Well, conveniently, that's why it's here.
Yeah. And that's a great segue into the start of the channel, the start of the show as well. What a great segue that is.
Your new channel.
A new channel, Amnesia.
Yeah, just don't remember why we started
Amnesia.
recording. Last 20 minutes I was just rambling, trying to figure out why we started recording, and then we all just give up and go.
Exactly. Sounds like a good
So
good
Amnesia
podcast to
is
me.
like the theme of this show today. We're just talking about forgetting things.
What did you say? What was that?
I don't know.
Brilliant. Well, we are recording right now, lads, so we can just naturally progress into the episode today.
Perfect.
But yeah, we were speaking about pre-releases. Obviously, that's the hot topic right now. Welcome back to another episode of Bravo Bros here on Go Again Gaming. But yeah, we have been speaking about pre-releases, and you guys have obviously been to one. I haven't been to one yet. Mine's tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Mystic Games in Oxford.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday night.
Nice.
So yeah, it should be
In the past, when people are watching this, though.
That's right. Yeah. So by the time you've watched this, you would have already partaken in your own pre-releases. But I think I might be, if I've got a network connection and battery, I should be recording live from the game store tomorrow, like streaming live from the game store. So that might be on the channel if you're watching this now. So obviously it would have already happened. But yeah. So
you do watch it.
Then it was really good to watch you go X and O and dominate your pre-release live on stream.
I've watched all the podcasts. I've watched all the Arsenal passes about how to don your pre-release. So no, I haven't really. But yeah, these are the good things to just go to your local game store, have a bit of fun, crack some packs before it releases, and yeah, that's what it's all about, really.
There's probably some kind of argument here where you could be like, listen, you aren't going to go and dominate anything because there's only one person who dominates, and that's Bravo.
And that's Bravo, yeah.
Bravo showstopper.
Exactly.
Well, Bravo star of the show. Okay, so there's 3 who dominate
on their hero.
Bravo, so they're all. Yeah, it's weird.
So the thing is, you can't play Bravo, so you can't dominate your armor, your pre-release. So
that's right.
Bad for you.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Bad thumbnail, bad title. You can't dominate anything because you're not playing Bravo.
Yeah. Don't dominate.
But yeah.
And the dominated arrow for 5 is not cutting the.
It's not enough.
Actually.
No,
it's not enough. Noticed.
Yeah, but yeah. Don't force Azalea. Don't do it.
Well, do it. It's fun. You'll just lose.
You'll just lose.
It's fun.
Because every arrow costs 2, right? Because you have to put it in there. You have to put. You're not even drawing a card. You don't have Death Dealer. You have to pay 2 for your arrows. Most of them because they cost 1.
Yeah, you have to pay 2 or even 3 if you want to have an aim counter on it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And obviously with an aim counter as well, you can't even put it in there from hand. You have to put it in there from the Azalea activation. It has to be from your deck, not even from your hand, which is even worse because you got no ability to set up at all with the cards that are in Outsiders because Azalea can't put stuff into our arsenal unless it is through the use of the bow. So you have to be arsenaling your cards at the end of your turn. You know, for the next turn. It's horrible.
If you activate Azalea to get an arrow there, most of the time you don't get an arrow. That's what I noticed.
No. So this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking of playing Azalea using the hero ability to filter the cards that you've got from your pools, because she can do that. She can basically just swap out the cards. So if you build a deck where everything is playable off the top, you don't have D-reacts in there, you don't have reactions in there. If you can build your deck in a way where everything is accessible through the top, then you might have a chance of actually playing it, because you can just filter your cards away.
Well, the thing is, I had 3 or 4 equipments that let me opt my deck.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. Yeah.
No, there were just 4 non-arrows on top.
Rubbish.
And the fifth one was an arrow though, but it was blue. So
brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not the Azalea cult. We'll be doing that at some stage anyway with me and Jim, speaking about our pre-release experiences. This is Bravo Bros. I'm going to be speaking about the sort of Guardian attacks, the generic Guardian attacks, as well as the generic attacks that you can access.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a plethora of different things we can use, as well as maybe discussing if there's any Outsiders picks at all, if you might want to use them. Maybe that's a good place to start, because we're speaking about Outsiders. Is there any Outsiders cards that might want to see play in Bravo? You know, for
absolutely.
There is. All right.
There is.
Tom's got one right there.
One on the right there, yeah.
The best thing I pulled from my pre-release. Actually, do you know what? I didn't like this card, and that's Amnesia. So I'll go through it. So it's a red pitch. It's 2 cost, 6 damage, 3 block. So yeah, it does that if all else fails. Essentially, when it hits a hero, cards and tokens they own lose and can't gain names. Now, as you both know anyway from me talking previously, I haven't really paid any attention to this set because I don't care about any of the classes that are in it.
Yeah.
But when I first read this, I was like, that's not going in any deck. But actually, when I hit that at the pre-release, it did kind of shut my opponent's next turn down because he couldn't do it. He was like, oh, if I've used this, it's like, no, because it doesn't have a name, mate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I went, yeah, so you can't, it doesn't work. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. So actually, as a bit of a sideboard against ninjas, I think it's and anyone who uses cards that rely on names, I think is I actually think it's quite good.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's very specific. You don't have too many heroes that rely on names, so
Yeah.
it needs to show, will Katsu be a very prominent part of the meta or not? If yes, the card is really good. If not, maybe not so much. But I think he has the potential to be very, very prevalent in the current meta.
That's kind of what I was thinking, if I'm honest with you. I thought I can see Katsu coming out of this set at the back end actually quite good. And I thought that would probably be maybe see like goodbye to Erase Face, the 2 of Erase Face, and maybe 2 of Amnesia. Absolutely. Just in case.
That's why I also thought maybe even get rid of 1 of the Zealous Belting and play 3 Amnesias. Because Amnesia, if my friend who is main on Dromai is correct, also disables dragon attacks.
Does it?
But I'm not sure if that's right, because they're still dragons. So technically they should be able to attack.
It's not their name, it's their type, isn't it?
Yes, it's their type.
That's it.
But maybe it hits the Ash Wings just. I'm not sure. I mean, he is the Dromai player, not I. And I'm not the Dromai player, so he should know what hits his hero and what. I will just run 2 copies of Amnesia.
He froze there. So was that me?
You both froze for me.
Oh, was it? Momentary lapse in the internet there, but
good old Discord.
Good old Discord.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you were saying about your friend obviously should know the matchup as to whether Amnesia will hit him or not. But I don't think it does. I think Erase Face is the one for just class specific things.
The other thing, Erase Face doesn't hit Dromai either, so. Erase Face is just for Viserai and for Dash, but I think those 2 heroes won't be that as prevalent as Katsu will be after Outsiders, so we can just switch the card to Amnesia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And if it hits, maybe play 3 copies and get rid of 1 Zealous Belting, because actually at the moment I'm running 3 E-Strikes and 3 Zealous Belting for the Dromai matchup.
Yeah.
And I think that's too much anyway, because my win rate is like 95%.
Yeah.
But
and this is a popper as well, Amnesia, of course.
Amnesia is a popper.
Worth noting. And 6 attacks.
What's also a popper and in Outsiders is Down and Dirty. You can even pop the dragons out of your arsenal.
That is cool. Yeah, that is a cool interaction with Delusionist stuff.
It's cool, but it's actually not good enough, I think. But it would be fun. I just like the idea of popping dragons from arsenal.
Yeah. Just flip it over, like dead.
Unlucky. You activated my trap card. Unlucky. But yeah, you were mentioning Zealous Belting and Enlightened Strike. So do you want to go into those now? Because obviously they're generic cards that can be used.
I would like to have one more budget option for Command and Conquer that is also in Outsiders before I go to segue there. But we can do that right after that.
Yeah.
Because the red copy of Wreck Havoc is actually a pretty decent card if you're on a budget, because it's not as good as Command and Conquer, but it comes close to Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
It blocks 3, costs 2, pitches for 1, attacks for 6. Defense reactions can't be activated or played in this chain link. Just played, can be activated but not played. And if it hits a hero, reveal a card from the hit hero's arsenal. If it's a defense reaction, you can destroy it.
Yeah.
Which is fine for a rare. So if you're new into the game and want to start with Bravo, but Command and Conquer is too expensive, Wreck Havoc is a card that you can play, which would be better than Disable, which was the alternative you had before. And Disable is not as good as Wreck Havoc in my opinion.
Oh, really? Even though it's a natural Guardian attack, you'd recommend this one?
The thing is, this one deactivates their defense reactions, so they cannot just play the defense reaction out of Arsenal. So you're still blocking their Arsenal defense reactions, which is pretty effective. They need to put 2 cards on it. You can pummel it, and you can also make the 4 for 2, like with Command and Conquer. You just need to be lucky that the Arsenal actually is
a defense reaction. Yeah.
Well, it's reaction, isn't it? Isn't it reaction?
Defense reactions can't be played to wreck.
No, what it destroys.
Yeah, it just destroys D-reacts, if it's revealed.
Oh, only defense reactions.
Only defense reactions.
I read in my brain for some reason it was reactions, so I was thinking it could be attack react, could be a pummel. Get rid of that pummel.
No, it's cool though, because obviously if you've got a D-react in your arsenal, you can't play that from the arsenal to defend this, and as well as that, if this hits and you reveal that D-react that they can't play, you're essentially getting rid of that card as well. So it's I can see why you would use that argument for the better than disable, because there's more evasion on it and it destroys a card essentially, and it gets rid of it, puts it to the graveyard. Disable just puts it on the bottom, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah. So you are actually getting rid of it.
That's correct.
But yeah, that's cool. So I mean, that's probably the only cards really worth looking at for Bravo in budget formats, or the Ninja tech, that you can switch out for whether Katsu gets good or whatever. I don't think there's any other generics really from the latest or to be released set that is Outsiders, which we're all having a lot of fun with, by the way, but not really a Bravo thing. So
no.
But yeah, what was you saying about the other E-Strikes and Zealous Beltings? I flashed them both up at the same time here because I think they're similar sort of thing.
Yeah, they're just for Arsenal purposes into Dromai, because when Dromai has their turn with Mirogai into Phantasmal Mirage, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Where both of those cards disable the popping ability or disable Phantasmal.
Passing Mirage. Yeah.
Passing Mirage.
Yeah.
Then you can attack Mirogai with the attack and bonk the aura with the hammer, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And both cards are just for that. You arsenal them and wait until that happens. Until this turn happens. When they always just play one of those cards, you're gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
They need to have those double turns where they double down those anti-popper cards. And sometimes they even play 2 Miragais and 1 Passing Mirage. That's too bad then, but if they just go for 2, you can E-Strike the Mirogai or Zealous Belting the Mirogai and attack the aura with the hammer. Which is the only use I have for those. Maybe sometimes into a mirror to get go again, but that's not actually that good. You can't even pummel Enlightened Strike.
No.
Maybe. Also, I play them into Icelander or Kano just to have cheap cards to play out to deal threatened damage, but still be able to pitch enough for preventing arcane damage.
Yeah.
Which is pretty decent. Especially Zealous Belting into Icelander is very good. Zealous Belting, they block, you pummel it, you deal damage, and they discard a card, which maybe disables their next disruption they have for you in the next turn.
Yeah.
Something worth maybe mentioning. I don't think you just did. You can Zealous Belting into an Othos and come at him for 6. So it's 5 and then a 6. It's pretty simple, but it works.
Yeah, it's the good thing about this into Icelanders, you can just Zealous Belting, and you keep your cards in hand. If you have a pummel, you may pummel, or you can just swing with your hammer afterwards. Whatever you want.
It's good in Commoner.
Zealous
Belting is, I can imagine, is very good in Commoner.
Because what's the natural cost of it? Was it cost 3? Zealous Belting? 2. Okay, nice.
But you put the card you pitch for it, it's generally going to be 3 out. So, because it's probably going to be a blue.
Yeah, and then you hammer afterwards. Yeah,
and you hammer after it. So you come out for 5, then you come out for 6.
Yeah.
And it just pays off in Commoner.
Nice. And you run. I was gonna
Yes,
say,
sorry.
Is it just the red ones you use in your Bravo main decks? Is it constructed?
Yes. In last year I played, or the year of 2021, I played the yellow ones because I had to run Crush the Week and so on my blue spots. But since Macho Grande came out, I can just play the red one because any of my attacks for 6 or more, so it gets go again anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're the main sort of go wide pieces of tech that you need mainly against Dromai to pop the dragons and or auras when they come out, so they don't flood the board too quick.
And we can also mention the best go again card in Guardian. Rouse the Ancients.
Yes.
That's a generic as well, right? Generic.
That's generic. That's also generic. It's so good. Mostly you just pitch, of course, because it's a blue. But if you have that and the Pulverize in hand, you can just attack for 7 go again, hammer, maybe even heave the Pulverize after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it's played from Arsenal.
You've got a couple of big attacks in your hand as well. Like if you've got your Spinal Crushing, Choke Slam or whatever, well worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so with
I didn't like it when he started playing as Bravo. Every time I was like, no, mate, trust me, you need to play this card.
Yeah.
I don't like it, mate. I don't like it. We put something else in.
I disliked it at the beginning as well, but it's a very good card for late game, where you just pitch stack everything you need, and then you can just come in for 7 go again.
Yeah.
Cheap Crush after that. Arsenal, your command, Pulverize or Spinal Crush, Crippling Crush, or whatever. And next turn you just go with the big crushes.
Yeah. Looks pretty good. So we'll read the card out. So it's a 3 pitch, 3 cost, blocks for 2. So not like your standard Guardian stuff. Doesn't block.
Attacks for 0.
Attacks for 0, but as additional cost to play it. You may reveal any number of attack action cards from your hand with 13 or more total power. So obviously, as you say, if you reveal a Pulverize to this, that's the satisfaction done straight away off of 1 card. But most of the time, you're going to be able to do that anyway because it's just revealing cards. You don't have to spend the cards; you're just revealing them. If you do, it gains +7 and go again. So obviously, you want to reveal 13 power. You pitch 1 card for this. Reveal the 2 other cards that you've got left after you play this. If you're playing it from hand, to potentially get that 13, and then after that you swing the hammer, which is what we just discussed.
Exactly.
So yeah,
or swing with a choke slam or something similar that just costs 4.
Yeah. If you just got a load of blues in hand, then you're loving life, ain't you? You can just do anything you want essentially after this.
Well, it doesn't matter if you have a red choke slam and the seismic surge. It just costs 3, just like Amathos. You can just pitch 1 card to play choke slam and attack for 8 more damage.
Yeah.
You can swing for 7 and for 8, and you have a crush effect on choke slam. Either they take loads of damage or they really block with 2 cards.
Yeah.
Which both is fine actually for me.
Yeah. So we've got 3 cards. So we've got 3 cards that go wide here. So we've got all on the screen now. You've got E-Strike, you've got Rouse the Ancients, and you've got, what's the other one? E-Strike, Rouse the Ancients, and Zealous Belting. So in a standard Bravo deck as it stands now, Pascal, as a constructed main, do these go in and out? Or do you play them? Do you play Rouse the Ancients in every matchup? Or what's the situation with these 3?
Play Rouse the Ancients in every matchup because the card is just, the value is just great.
Yeah.
Zealous Belting and E-Strike I just play in the certain matchups where they're useful. I've seen most lists don't play E-Strike and Zealous Belting, they decide for one of those, but actually my meta in local community is like 60% Dromai, so I just play.
Makes sense.
3 of each.
Yeah. Nice. And then Zealous Belting's a commoner all-star, is it, Tom? You see a lot of that?
I would have it in my deck.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I do think it makes sense. It's there's probably an argument to not have it in, as you're probably just going to try and just throw bigger attacks. It's a shorter format, but I like it. I mean, it's still, you come out for 5, and then generally you're following it up with the hammer for 6. So to me, there's no negative about having it in.
No, it mixes it up a bit. It mixes it up a bit, doesn't it? Rather than just having one massive attack, you're then throwing this, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with something after this as well." You know, just throwing in a little bit of variance and that sort of thing could be quite nice.
Exactly. We'll come on to a couple of attacks for common in a bit, but yeah, I think Zealous Belting and common are two off. Red, you don't play blues or yellows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's pretty worth having in.
Nice. Cool. So those are the go wide attacks. Where do you think is the best place to go from here then? From wide?
Very best non-guardian attack.
All right, let's go. What's this?
Since we will just do the generic first.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Rifted. Absolutely. No, I was I was going for back alley break line actually.
Oh, okay.
No, you was not.
No, I was going to Command and Conquer actually.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
No. Didn't even think about Command and Conquer.
No, nor did I, to be fair.
What? The card is just trash.
It's rubbish.
Who plays Command and Conquer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the card is just too good to not play. It's in close to every deck. It costs 2 pitches for 1, attacks for 6, blocks for 3. It's a popper. It has the ability that defense reactions can't be played to Command and Conquer's Chain Link, and if Command and Conquer hits a hero, destroy all cards in their arsenal, not just one, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're playing New Horizon, doesn't matter. Just block with your New Horizon. Your cards are going to be destroyed anyway.
Yeah. Savage. Yeah. But there's a lot of speak like on the internet and stuff about is CNC really that good? Does it still go in every single deck? But as a Bravo player, it goes in the deck all the time, regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't go in few decks. I think Kano doesn't want to play it.
Yeah.
Are
you sure?
Maybe, yeah. And maybe Dorinthia not. But I think every other hero should play it.
Dorinthia will usually have like one spicy nourishing emptiness.
Yeah,
and that'll be about it.
That's it. Yeah.
And this card really doesn't like Command and Conquer.
No, look at that. That's lovely. Look at that. Nice little flex on the Bravo Bros today.
I needed to. I mean,
trash card.
I will start to play full block Riptide just to have an excuse to play this card.
Full block Riptide, yeah.
I will win no game, but I will have all the draws.
Yeah.
God. Oh no. No.
I can't wait to see that on a UPF game or something. Full block Riptide.
I will play Griptide.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just determined to turn Ranger into a Guardian class, aren't you?
Yeah, I did it. I did it already with Azalea, and I did win at UPF. So.
You did, yeah. You did.
One trap Riptide.
No, just trap Riptide.
Just one singular trap. That's it.
Maybe one arrow. I don't know, but I think I have enough traps for Riptide.
Gosh.
Fantastic.
I think quickly sprinting back.
Yeah.
Command and Conquer. Yeah, yeah, it needs to be in every deck. I don't really care. Even Dory should play it. Doesn't, but she should. If you don't play it, you should play it. I always sort of take a little bit of umbrage to when people say, you don't need these cards to be like good. So that's probably true, but I've never seen like a top PT winning deck list or a Worlds winning. Well, I don't know. Maybe he didn't have it in Worlds, but I've never seen like a major event like top 8 deck list without them.
Yeah.
Even if they're only sat in sideboard, they're there.
I think all this discussion about All Flesh and Blood is not that expensive to get into. Sorry, everyone needs 3 Command and Conquers and everyone needs a tunic, and those 4 cards are expensive as hell already.
Mm-hmm.
And if they say, there are alternatives, you can play other cards. Yeah, but then you can just play very strict heroes that don't use that card. For example, Bravo. Just need a tunic.
That's right.
But the thing is, the tunic is like in every card, in every deck that isn't Bravo, or actually that isn't Bravo. You need a tunic.
Yeah.
At least as a sideboard option.
Yeah.
Dory again. Courage.
As a sideboard option into Wizard, it's still better than Courage of Bladehold. So you don't have all the options if you don't have that.
Yeah.
And they're continuously going up. So if you haven't got one already, dear listener, get one while you can. Just get it.
When you have the money, get it. It's like this. It's the same problem as with Heart of Fyendal.
Fucking sold mine, didn't I? Well, I didn't sell it. I traded it for a Marvel Azalea. What an idiot I was.
I also sold one of mine to I think it's also a listener. I have very many problems pronouncing his Discord name actually. But
let's give it a go.
He's
give it a go. Go on.
I'm looking it up.
What, he's on Gag Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Seba Korji.
Yes, exactly. I have
Andres.
No chance. Andres. Yeah, but
Andres.
I wasn't sure if he wants us to say his real name, so I was trying to.
That's true. I've doxed him. Sorry, mate. But he'll be on this series at some point because he cosplays Bravo a lot, so he'll be on here anyway. So
he asked me, "Do you still have this Heart of Fyendal, this spare Heart of Fyendal?" Because I had two. I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Okay, I'll sell it to you for card market low price." I was like, oh, "Shit, it's on $300."
Yeah. Jeez.
And we just made the deal, and like 2 weeks later, when I shipped it, I thought I'm just gonna look again. It was on $500 then.
Wow.
I was like, I did write him. I'm so glad we had our deal before because I would have felt so bad if I just charged you $500 for a card.
Mental. Isn't
People
it?
paying it.
Yeah, but it's. I think that's actually an issue that we need to discuss more in the community of Flesh and Blood because. These are the things that can be problematic for the long run of the game. If there is a must-have card for a certain deck that is $500. That's the reason why I stopped playing Magic because I didn't want to pay so much for a dual land. So I sold them and got so much money I could buy every card in Flesh and Blood.
Yeah.
But I think Eye of Ophidia and Heart of Fyendal being that expensive and being necessary in some decks is problematic. Same with Tunic or Crown of Providence also tends to be that card from the newer sets. And I think it's not healthy to have those cards not reprinted in every set. Or why not have pre-con decks with those expensive cards as non-foils in there or something like that?
Ooh,
because
spicy take.
Yeah.
You're moving into Yu-Gi-Oh territory here and you need to be aware.
I'm totally aware of that, but I think that is actually a healthy way to tackle this.
It is a really healthy way of tackling it.
If you have very ugly versions of Command and Conquers in a pre-con deck, they don't need to be beautiful or anything. They can be very trashy. I don't care. They can be scribbled by a 5-year-old. They just need to be playable. I don't want to have this very price heavy how do you say that gatekeeping of a game just because some people want to earn money with their cards. I don't care if my Heart of Fyendal drops to $10 just because it has a non-foil reprint that everybody can just buy. Because the worth I get out of it is more players. Easier to get into the community of Flesh and Blood, and I think that's has a way higher value than having valuable cards.
I think I think one of the main discussion points at the moment as well is like the sort of playability of the Fableds, because obviously the Fableds are the most ridiculously priced cards, right? And obviously we've seen we've seen
really.
No,
not really. No.
Well, unless it's like Blood of Drakai or that garbage.
Yeah, only the playable Fables are very high in price.
Yeah.
I also think that legendaries have the problem as well, because Crown of Providence is already at $200. It's a legendary that was printed last year, the first time.
But that's what I mean. They have to.
This year or last year?
This year. Crown of Providence was this year, yeah. Uprising, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's alright, you've only got to wait till History Pack 3 before we'll get a non-foil reprint.
Let's go! History Pack White Border! Another White Border.
Oh, White Border, Crown of Providence.
Oh yeah, boy. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
And I think we need to have this very... I like the progression of the Cold and Rainbow Foil in the same set as 2 different price values. But I think we need a non-foil version as well for the generic equipments, because the generic equipments are just too expensive for my taste.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming to the next playable card for Bravo, that is a generic attack, which I actually played in one deck. Coaxic Commotion.
Yes.
I played it in my Sift Bravo deck.
Yeah.
God, wow, that was a flash in the pan, that deck, wasn't it? Jeez, back in Lille, wasn't it? You played
as well.
It was weird. It was so weird, but it was fun. It was so efficient in all the aggro decks, but I just played mirrors, and I'm not able to win a mirror without tectonic plating and without 6 attack that cost 3 or more.
No.
But my cards were sifts for 0 cost. The mirror was just horrible. Yeah. Some people might try to play Nourishing Emptiness, but those people are dumb, in my opinion. Don't do that.
Definitely shouldn't be playing that.
Definitely not.
Sylvia and Dawn card.
Yes.
But yeah, are there any others? You're just having a quick browse now, aren't you? I guess.
I am having a quick browse. Yeah, there should be.
We haven't mentioned Erase Face.
Yeah, I just came to Erase Face. Erase Face, it erases faces. Pretty
it does.
good.
Yeah.
Costs 1. No,
cost 1.
For 1.
Fuck me.
Cost.
Let's get it in there.
Pitches for 1, costs 2, attacks for 6, blocks for 2. It pops dragons, and if it hits, all tokens and cards the hero controls lose their class and talents.
Yeah.
So it's good against Viserai. It's good against, more or less good against Fi, and it's also very good against Dash.
It's not bad against Ice as well. The ones that, like, if you're doing a heavy fuse, any heavy fuse is good. Chap at the ProQuest in Leeds played it against me, and obviously I was on Briar at the time. It didn't impact my next turn as much as he would have liked it to, but it did.
Yeah.
It did stop me fusing for Force of Nature, which is, I suppose it's, if you makes sense.
But you know what also destroys Force of Nature? Chokeslam.
Yes.
Oh man.
That's a crush attack. So.
That's a crush attack, so we're not talking about that. But it's also a Guardian attack.
Yeah.
Which we're talking about now, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I wish Ranger had something like that. Like, you can't gain power, because I was playing against Bill from Living Legends podcast the other day. Azalea versus Briar. I played.
Bill? Wait a minute. Bill is from Spike Feeders, not Living Legends podcast. No, he's from both.
That's true. Yeah.
Multitasks.
Love that. Cheers for the correction there, Pascal. And go check out their channel if you haven't done so already. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I played 5 games against fucking Channel Mountain Heroic Force of Nature garbage. Channel Mountain Heroic is just so broken. I'm still salty over that card.
I'm really not feeling that, actually.
No?
The only deck I didn't lose once into at the ProQuest season was Mount Heroic Briar.
Oh, sorry, I hate it.
It's just, I was like, normally it shouldn't be that good of a matchup, but they had their Mount Heroic out. As the only action they did in their turn, I just chokeslam pummeled them.
Yeah.
Then the Mount Heroic just got away, and then the Crippling Crush came around, and they're dead.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, actually. Just chokeslam them.
Just chokeslam them. Just play Bravo.
Yeah.
Just play Bravo.
Here's the answer. Here's the way.
Quick, before we go on to the next thing, quick thing about how much attention have you paid to Outsiders, Pascal? A lot of it? A lot of attention?
Yeah, I mean, I want to play the Trash Pirate. I really love the...
The Trash Pirate. Pop-up pirate. So I was just wondering, like, do you think Bravo at the moment is in a decent place, even with these new heroes coming in? Do we think?
I mean, I don't think that the new heroes are going to be a very big threat for Bravo. Speaking of Uzuri and Riptide,
yeah,
Azalea will have better chances into him, but if Bravo plays defensively and doesn't play greedy, he should still be fine in that matchup.
Yeah.
Same for Riptide and Uzuri. Uzuri is actually, in my opinion, is doing the same thing as Bravo trying to do, with 2 costs to pummel, to just cheat in. But Bravo has more consistency in that than Uzuri. Me and my friend tried some of the new cards last weekend. And we came to the conclusion Uzuri won't make the cut into really, really playable here. So yeah, I should be able to destroy Uzuri.
Nice.
Arachne is still the same. You shouldn't be too aggressively into him, because if it's a defensive, a full block Arachne build, he will destroy you. Otherwise, you can just swing your hammer and you're good. And Riptide should be fine. If he would have more good traps that trigger, and he deals this 1 damage, he would possibly be a threat when he's being played full defense mode. But the thing is, he doesn't have enough traps to do that, so he needs to attack also in order to deal damage. Then I just block the attacks and swing with the hammer, and sooner or later you won't have any arrows left.
Yeah.
He doesn't have this dominate machine that Azalea has, so I think he will be even easier than Azalea. And now we need to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Katsu. The Katsu matchup I played before, when I met any Katsu player before Outsiders, I have like a 10% win rate against Katsu.
Oh dear.
Even before that. And he got new toys. So if Katsu will be a very prevalent part of the meta, it's going to hurt Bravo a lot.
Why is that hard for Bravo though? Why is Katsu?
Kodachi.
Right.
Also, it doesn't matter if it's Kodachi Fi or Kodachi Bravo.
Kodachi Bravo.
Hey, I can live with that. That'd be awesome.
That would be funny. Oh my god.
Or Kodachi Katsu. Both of those decks were very, very difficult for me to play around. It doesn't help that the only opponent I had with those decks was one of my friends who really knew how I was playing Bravo, so they knew what hurt me. But I just need to say Kodachis are like the biggest nightmare at the moment for Bravo, since the prismatic shields are not a thing anymore for the moment.
Yeah.
So as soon as they're coming back, it will be hard again. But that's why I think about playing 2 or 3 Amnesias in my deck, because that actually would destroy 1 or 2 turns of the Katsu player, which would make the matchup way easier. I need to test that a little bit more, but it seems promising that he will stay in the meta, and Katsu doesn't seem to be too much better than Fi, but way more difficult to play than Fi. So maybe less people will try to get into that hero before Pro Tour, or maybe even later. Because the thing that Katsu can do is every other turn he can play the Dishonor combo.
Alright, yeah. Not good, is it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's the reason why I'm thinking about either I play Bravo at the Pro Tour or play Katsu.
Yeah.
Since Katsu is, in my opinion, Katsu is a really strong deck, and he is good into Bravo at least. I don't know how it is with Oldhim. If there's so many Stompy Oldhim lists going around, he should be fine with that. And also, Dromai should be fine for Katsu, since he can cheat around with his hand cards. So yeah, I think if Katsu doesn't get too much play into the new meta, Bravo is still in a pretty good spot, because before Outsiders he was in a good spot and all the new heroes don't seem to bother him too much. But Katsu with his new toys can be pretty detrimental for Bravo.
Yeah. Is that a big thing though? Is it like Dishonor hitting Bravo, like turning off his dominate ability?
it doesn't matter if it's hit dishonor or not. The big problem with Katsu is actually hitting so many times a turn, and having very weird break points all the time, so I can't really block efficiently at all. And I need to prevent the third attack from hitting because of Mask of Momentum.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
And of course, disabling the dominate effect on Bravo is pretty bad, but it's not like a game loss for Bravo. He can just pummel his way through.
Yeah.
As long as he's got tectonic plate and he can keep getting a for 6.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's actually fine. Unpleasant, but fine. I mean, if you look at Viserai or Phi or something like that, that's going to hurt them way more because they sometimes rely on their hero ability to even do anything.
Yeah.
Or, for example, Dorinthia is just straight up dead after that.
Oh god, yeah.
The sword's not getting any tokens after that.
Yeah, or also Azalea. What does Azalea? What can Azalea do against the Katsu when she can't even dominate their arrows?
Yeah.
Because the arrows aren't as strong as crush attacks, or you don't have a hammer. So yeah, you're just there. Okay, I attack for 15. If it's unpleasant for Katsu, he can just throw in his whole hand, take 3, and swing next turn, the turn after that, with his Kodachis again.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm not sure how the meta will develop after that, but I'm afraid that Katsu will lock out some nice heroes out of the meta in per se. That's why I hope he won't see too much play, so more heroes can stay in the meta. Then again, a nice meta is also not actually the hottest thing you can have. See what I did there?
That was really good, yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Back to the topic though.
Yeah.
Guardian attacks that don't have crush. I will start with the attack that can be played from Bravo from Tales of Aria. There are so many Guardian attacks that are elemental, so we won't go into those.
Yeah.
But we have one very nice card that is in there for all Guardians. And this card is called Thump. Costs 4, pitches for 1, 2, or 3. Attacks for 6, 5, or 4. Blocks for 3. With the effect, if Trump's attack... No, not Trump. Thump. If Thump's attack is greater than its base attack, this card gains Dominate, and if this hits, they discard a card from hand.
Yeah. Pretty good. It's like a mini crippling, almost.
Yeah, if you pummel it, it's actually a mini crippling because they discard 2 cards. Yeah. The thing is, I don't think it's too good into Bravo, otherwise I would play it, of course. But I can imagine this card is a beast in Commoner.
God, yeah.
It's on my list of cards. Yeah, I mean, Red Thump. Most Bravo lists in Commoner generally are running Heart and Cross Strap and Goliath Gauntlet.
Oh god.
So effectively, it's a 2 for 8 with Dominate, and if it hits, they discard a card, which isn't anything to grumble at. And then if you do have the pummel, again, it can be you're not playing yellow generally in Commoner, but you're generally looking anything from 10 to 12 damage, discard 2.
Yeah.
Dominate.
That's essentially that's what I mean. That line with the cross strap and the Goliath Gauntlet is essentially it turns a Thump into a crippling crush, doesn't it? So that's where your crippling crush is coming from in Commoner, which is horrendous.
Why not just play crippling crushes in Commoner then?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can. You just have to repaint the majestic symbol and make a common symbol out of it.
Grey it out, put a C in. It's common card, mate. Reprinted.
Yeah.
Play it white border.
Like Warrior's Valor, innit, Pascal? Warrior's Valor, Commoner.
Yeah, I gave you those in common, right?
That's right, yeah, as you did.
Because he played Warrior's Valor in a Commoner match we had, and I thought after that he was like, that's not a Commoner. I was like, it isn't. And then I had a look. I was like, oh, it isn't common.
No.
And
I still lost.
Yeah, since
Still
I
lost.
told him. Yeah, right. You still lost.
still lost.
because I was playing prior
Yeah.
with ball lightning,
Jeez.
which isn't common, by the way.
It really is. Yeah.
And I pulled him at the Fab Gift Exchange, the first one. So I painted the rarity symbol to common and gave it to him. Warrior's Valor in common. I also gave him Glint to Quicksilver in common.
That's right. Yeah. And Spores of War, I think, as well. Spores of War is in there as well.
Also as a common.
Yeah, as a common. Just so I could
So
play
if
it.
you've got a paintbrush and some paints, anything can be common.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say though, do you think, like, I don't see any CC or even Blitz decks playing Thump though.
No, I don't either.
No.
There's just way too many better options, isn't there?
Yeah, the thing is, Thump is worse than a Terra Sunder, Buckle, Crippling Crush, Spinal Crush, Chokeslam. There's so many good crushes, and Thump doesn't do anything on its own. It needs to be pumped in order to be good. And normally, or essentially, the Guardian pump spells that are not pummel are auras that pop at the start of your next action phase and pump your attack there. So if you play those auras, your opponents can just pull the pressure button and pressure you to block, and then you won't be able to use it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Emerging Power, isn't it? The old school one. Emerging Power.
Emerging Power, Emerging Dominance, Embolden, and Strength of Sequoia was an elemental, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
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 This card somehow just is imprinted in my brain because I was at the Sequoia National Park and all I could think about was Strength of Sequoia.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That is elemental though, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like that Amazon lady on the front, hasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, move on. Let's move on.
Wait, Amazon? Amazon. Not. Okay. Yeah, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next up, my favorite non-crush Guardian card.
What's this?
Macho Grande.
Macho Grande. Yeah.
It's just the blue one though. Is the one that I'm playing, but this actually won me 3 games in my last Pro Quest. It's
a great
so good. It's so good. And I can understand why James White hates it because it's just bluntly strong.
Well, yeah, it's just like Guardian already has that thing of like saying my blues are just so much better than yours, and this is just over the top good, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a common blue that attacks for 8.
But it costs
And
7.
It has dominate.
But it costs
and
7.
It has dominate. It costs 6 because you have a seismic surge token.
Exactly.
Mostly. So you just need 3 blues and you attack for 8 with dominate.
Yeah.
Or it costs you 5 because you're playing Heart and Cross Strap, and then you're also playing the red version, and you're popping Goliath Gauntlet, so it's attacking you for 12 dominate.
Oh.
Let me tell you, that's painful thing to be on the other side of. Let me tell you.
That's right.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was. I've been on the other side of it. It wasn't nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still won, but it wasn't a very nice attack to take.
Yes, I can imagine. And another attack that is blue and attacks for 8 is Thunderquake, which is a card I recently cut from my deck because I never used it, but it still is a very good card. Also in the Bravo Bros section of your Discord, someone said that the red one is actually the one they're playing in their CC deck.
Oh, okay.
Or in their Blitz deck.
Yeah.
I can't see how it's good, but Blitz has 20 lives, so yeah, it's still an attack you can dominate that swings for 10.
Swings for 10.
And you...
Yeah.
It's a good reveal card as well for like Rouse the Ancients.
Yeah, and potentially it's just 3 costs for 10. Since it has
After
6
you heave
costs
it.
and you can heave it. Yeah, and you can heave it, can block with Crown of Providence, put it under the deck, and you have just 3 Seismic Surge tokens, which is also pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of heaving, Pulverize. One pitch, 10 cost, 14 attack, and 3 block. This card is... It is there.
It's insane.
And if you attack with it and pummel it whilst it's dominated, your opponents will just flip the table and go home.
Oh. Yeah. It's crazy.
Like, turn 2 of the game, you do it, and you're probably just, I'm done. Leave him. Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you don't play in too many situations, but it's very good into the mirror because it dominated 14 dominate is something even a Bravo can't block out.
No.
Most of the times.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna leak some damage, isn't it? It's one of those cards, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're gonna be taking some damage.
Yeah, it's also good into old him since it's going to leak some damage. I'm not sure if I would play it in any other matchup though.
What about Ninja?
You want to disable the mask trigger, so you mostly need one card to block, then you won't be able to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the experience I gathered. I also played into Dash to just speed out if they're going for the full control list. But other than that, I mostly don't play it.
I think you played it against me once. I think I took 4 damage from it.
Yeah, the thing is, I played into Azalea if I'm going to go greedy and just want to also hit back.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I would play against Azalea in a tournament, I would just go for all the D reacts and try to prevent every damage from happening. Because she's going to have this 118 dominate turn anyway. She is going to have that one if she has the time. And if you're ready and block 10 of that, that's fine. Then you take 8 damage. This is the one damage you take. Okay, 8 damage, and then you hit back with Anathos.
Yeah.
And sometimes she will run out of arrows. Even though she can put 3 of those back now, and I just swing one more time with my Anathos and...
Hey, you don't hate on my spoiler card, man.
I'm not hating on it. Like I said, it's going to make the matchup better, but I still think you're in a hard disadvantage because I have Anathos and you don't.
Exactly. No. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where Riptide wins because he doesn't have arrows, but every time he plays a trap, he still does a damage that you can't prevent. So as long as you shove,
he can still have arrows.
He can still have arrows, yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He can still deal damage like while.
But I think actually Azalea has the better matchup against Bravo than Riptide.
Yeah.
Because Riptide has in total around 28 traps that he can use, and they only deal damage if they trigger. The only traps that trigger all the time are the OG traps. Because they always
right, of course, yeah, they have to trigger, right, I see.
So, and many of the traps that Riptide can use only trigger if they block an attack with Go Again. Yeah, jokes on you, I'm playing Bravo. Good luck with that. Those won't trigger at all. And some of them only trigger if the attack is pumped, so they only trigger when I'm using my my pummel. So if you block anything else with those, they don't trigger and they don't deal damage. So I also thought, oh, maybe I can just kill the opponent by blocking.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No.
You can only use like 50% of the traps in order to deal damage. The other traps are in the sideboard for other matchups. So you need to use arrows as well. Then I block arrows, attack with Anathos, which triggers no traps at all.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? Isn't there one that if its attack is higher than its base? 3 traps, you're not really bothered, are you? 3 traps in the whole deck.
Yeah, 3 traps in the whole deck, I don't really care. If it's just 3 damage I get dealt by that, it's fine. I really don't care. So I can't see how Riptide is going to have a good shot into Bravo. So I think still Azalea is the best ranger into Bravo, in my opinion. Even Lexi, if Lexi goes for the go tall turns, maybe, yeah. But if Lexi goes for the go wide turns, I think Lexi is easier to handle than Azalea, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Especially that cheeky pulverize.
Yeah.
Pulverize your Lexis. Yeah, sure.
I would definitely pulverize Lexi. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was all the sort of generics we can use, all the other Guardian stuff we can use that aren't sort of gated behind a crush effect or anything like that. So loads we can choose from. And I'm sure if we've missed anything, or if you've got any spicy takes as to whether there's any other generics or outsiders cards you might want to include in your decks, then leave a comment in the section below.
Rifting.
Yeah.
Rifting, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
When I didn't own Command and Conquer, and I was looking for a thing. Obviously, at the time, I was playing a lot of Viserai, and Pat Shaw from Off the Rails TCG was like, use Rifting because then you can play your stuff at instant speed, so you don't need to use the Spellbound Creepers. And I was like, that's really good. And he was like, you refer to it as Cajun Spice level.
Yeah.
Replacement for CNC.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's completely useless in Bravo. We don't do nothing for Bravo, but no.
I mean, it attacks for 2 or something like that.
Attacks for 6, mate. 2 for 6.
Yes, 2 for 6.
It's a popper.
You can still pummel it.
It's a popper, and then you can
still
pummel it.
pummel it.
Then you can play your Emergent Dominance as an instant if you want to.
Oh yeah, set out that next turn. Oh, brilliant. But that's pretty much it for today. Again, leave a comment section below if we've missed anything, but I don't think we have, to be fair. Before we go, where can people find you? I'll throw it over to Pascal first. Where can people find you, mate?
Mostly on your Discord. I need to promote your Discord again because you will forget
always forget.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on Twitter at Supperworm, and newest thing also on YouTube on the D-React channel.
Yep.
Where I have more deep dives into Bravo matchups, how to play into which hero. Yeah.
Nice. And that's going to carry on as well. You're going to do each and every matchup. You did your Draw My one recently, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, I'm going to do all the relevant heroes first, and if I still have the energy, or if I still enjoy doing other matchups, I will try to get through all heroes. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And maybe also some new cards from Uprising. No, not Uprising, from Outsiders. I'll go through all of the generics that potentially can be used in Bravo and look at how good they are. Maybe also the cards that are good against Bravo, how to avoid them, how to play around them, and so on. I think that's also something to talk about, because I think Dishonor is not the biggest threat Ninja gets for playing against Bravo, in my opinion. Yeah, that's things I want to talk about. Maybe I'll find the time, maybe not. Yeah. I did write the script for the Viserai matchup, where I'm going deep into how to play against Viserai. It's a tough matchup.
Yeah,
but
said it before, haven't you? Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, but you can make some optimizations about the playstyle in order to have a better win rate or win percentage, in my opinion, and that's what I will be talking about then.
Nice.
Hopefully, I will be able to record that tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah. I think it could be a good time as well. Like, once you've experienced the Outsiders heroes, playing against those as Bravo, it could be a good time to maybe do the deck techs against those as well. And whether you think they're a threat to Bravo or not. I know you've covered a little bit on here, but
yeah, but it's not. I don't have that much experience into those heroes, so
not yet, anyway.
Definitely gather more of those informations.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for some games against Azalea.
Yeah. Once I get all the cards, we can do that. I'm actually playing against a Bravo that Bill's making this week.
I've seen that. I already clicked the notification button there.
Yeah. Cheers. But yeah, we can definitely. I'm starting this Tuesday night. I don't know whether you're available on Tuesday nights, but on Tuesday nights now is going to be like it used to be, where everyone gathers in the place to play games.
Yeah.
So
I should be able to find some time to play a few games on Tuesday, since our armory got shifted to Wednesday. So,
did it? Oh, that's right then. Yeah.
Yeah, we might need some new dates for our recording sessions, since Wednesday will be more difficult for me.
That's right. Yeah, we'll work it out. we have done today, haven't we? So
Yeah.
we'll work it out. But yeah, that's good segue. I'll shout out the Discord on this episode because obviously there's going to be Tuesday night things in there. So where we're going to be able to play via webcam on Discord. All the rooms are already set up. We've done it before. Just thought I'd bring it back because I'm fed up of. To be honest, I'm fed up of Talishar now. I've had my time with it. It's a good little testing tool, but I think playing the actual cards is so much better. Playing with actual people, having a fun time.
I played one game on Talishar.
Yeah.
I lost against Dory since I skipped my first 5 turns until I realized how I should play cards.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
It was a close game though.
Close game, even though you skipped 5 turns. Brilliant. That just goes to show the caliber of players that you get on there and the actual stuff going on. But yeah, Tuesday nights is going to be real flesh and blood cards of real people in the Going and Gaming Discord. So the link's in the description box below. But Tom, where can people find you, mate?
Big Boss 010 on Twitter and Big Boss Book Club on Instagram, Facebook, and Hive Social.
Oh, there it is.
People remember it.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that.
I checked. It's still there.
It's still there, is it? Cool. You're going to check every week for us, just in case.
Just give you the update. The Hive Social update. It is still there.
Nice. And I should be on Big Boss soon as well, right?
Yeah, we'll get you back on. A couple of things won't mind going over.
Yeah, sounds good. So look out for that. A link again will be in the description box to your Spotify at least. If there's any sort of particular link you want me to chuck in there, let me know. But at the moment, it just links. It still links the episode which Pascal's on at the moment in the description box.
It's a good episode.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
nothing like being humble, is there?
Yeah. I could have linked to one I was on, but I was just like, nah, just link Pascal, he's better than me. I just talk absolute crap and then get away with it somehow. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So thank you very much everybody who's tuned in. And we'll see you next time to do it all over again for another episode of Bravo Bros.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.